Hello, good evening, boss.
Yeah, Martin.
Mr. Kevin,
Martin, how are
are you
you?
there?
How are you?
I'm fine, boss.
Okay. So we are getting
Oh,
right into the second part of the lesson.
okay, sir.
I'm just giving 1 minute for people to join. Thank you all for joining. Gabriel, Margaret, Mr. Musa, Precious is trying to join. Uchenna is coming. Mr. Ben is coming. Okay. So
Boss, can I fund my account for this trade?
can you do what?
Can I fund my deriv account for this trade?
Yes, you can. The purpose for this is to do a live trading, live analysis and live trading. So
Okay,
if you want, you can use demo, you can use real account once we finish getting our setup.
okay. Um, I'm suggesting maybe I should just fund like $10. Are you there, boss? Mr. Kevin.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I'm thinking maybe I should just fund like $10.
Yeah, 5, 10, it's okay.
Okay, sir. Thanks, sir.
Okay, guys, let's get right to it. I think everyone that is supposed to be here is here now. Um, so let's get to it once again. If you have questions, please you can pause me and ask. Don't keep quiet. Um, so we were at the stage where Um, and by the way, I've sent the recordings for the first part of the lesson to the learning group. So you can view it. I'll not go back to go through what we've gone through already, but we want to continue. So this is 50 index once more time. And we are at the point where we've been able to spot um, this reversal pattern, which is a head and a shoulder pattern inside of the premium zone we've um, analyzed earlier. At the same time, we are seeing a head and a shoulder we of a bearish head and a shoulder, and this is the way it's looked. Um, so we have from here we have a high, a lower high, and two double tops, so higher high. So we have price drops to hit the neck of the trend of the head and the shoulder. After that, we should expect a right shoulder, which it forms, breaks the right shoulder, which is a break of structure, and pulls back to retest the right shoulder, which is a perfect area where we would take a sell if we were trying to trade this reversal or this sell formation. And when you take the sell, your goal is to break structure. So your goal is to take the previous low, and it's a perfect move. If you guys can see um, the way that it moved from up here, boom, to this place. It took out this previous low, which is a very successful entry in a trade. Okay, so for head and the shoulder, you will always have the neck tested, right shoulder formed. Price will always pull up to sweep liquidity above the first right shoulder, and then you will have the big move. Okay, you have the big move. But when price now fell to give us this to give us the sell, um, when price now fell, it also creating another head and a shoulder, which is a bullish one. So we can also see that from this here being a low, even up to here, a lower high. Let me measure it this way. A low, high, lower high, price hit neck, drops a little bit to form right shoulder somewhere here, moved up above the neck, drops back to form another right shoulder, which is the sweep of that first right shoulder. Because this is the 4 hour, you might not see the first right shoulder well. Then it now moves up to break the neckline again. Okay, so from here, we should expect a very big move, at least to the net to the other the bearish right shoulder that brought the sell. We should expect a big move to this place. Okay, if we close above this right shoulder, the bearish right shoulder, which is here, then the bearish head and the shoulder has been invalidated, and that is going to be our leverage to expect price to pull down, and then we will buy price up to our intended high for this bullish move if we are looking for a bullish market. Okay, so that is what we should be looking for. Okay, what we should be looking for in this double head shoulder formation, bearish one, bullish one. Okay, there is also something I'm seeing. Let me go to probably 1 hour or 30 minutes to see if I can spot this well. Well, we want to look at all the possibilities so that we don't miss anything. Okay, so I can see that on 1 hour, if I'm taking this, I'm taking price from here. On 1 hour, we got, we have here as a low left, we have a head, price goes and break the neck, gives us a right, go up, comes back to retest, gives us a right shoulder here, and boom, moves up. So we have this neckline here at this point here. We have that neckline, this neckline, price moves up. Now, the moment price came back down to retest, it should have stayed within the right shoulder to go up. Okay, or it should have just swept liquidity below the right shoulder and then just keep going up for this bullish head and the shoulder to be valid. The one I'm drawing on the 1 hour internally here. Okay, but instead it swept that liquidity and moved up, all right, but it failed. It couldn't go more. It stopped on the neckline. Then it pulled back down below again to take the head out. So with head and the shoulder, the moment your head is taken out, you are done. Okay, the pattern is not valid anymore. Okay, the right shoulder can be taken out, but if the head is taken out, if your head is cut off, are you still alive? No, you can't do anything. Everything is inside the head. So the head was taken out. Okay, so this means that price wants to go more bearish. All right, but price will only go more bearish if we still stay below the neckline. Okay, so we should stay below the neckline, which is this red line I have put here. I've made it red now. We should stay below the neckline to be bearish. We cannot go above the neckline to be bearish. Okay, so If you observed very well, I called for a sell today. I think I can adjust it a little bit into here. I can adjust it a little bit. Good. Okay. If you observe, I called for a sell earlier today. I don't know how many of you saw that earlier, I think yesterday. Yeah, I called for a sell. Is it in the Telegram? Yeah, this was the sell. I called for the sell here. Okay, look at TP1, boom, TP2. Even if you take the setup we are framing and it's hit TP1, that's a lot of pips. Even TP2 is a lot of pips. So I don't advise you to wait till TP is hit before you take profit. If you are in profit, you can secure some depending on your behavior. You see, price hit TP1, give us TP2. What I was looking for down TP3. See, I'm looking for more sales. Okay, but at TP2, price reversed and then kept moving up and closed above that neck because we must stay below the neck in order to sell. But now we have a bullish momentum that goes to close above the neck. This is a sign that on the higher time frame, perhaps this indication we got here to go bullish, which is on the red line, is holding. You will understand this if you watch the first lesson. Okay. This means that this indication we got here and the drop to retest is what is holding. That's why price didn't sweep more down. Okay, that's why price stopped. So price failing to sweep more down, even though invalidating this internal 1 hour bullish head and a shoulder, it now formed a new bullish head and a shoulder, which is here into here, head and neck, and neck, and then a right shoulder. And we've broken the neckline. We are above up to this point. So what we are seeing here right now should only be a pullback. Okay, we cannot go below this red line. We cannot go below this support here. We cannot go below this trend line. The moment we go below all three of them up to this point, we are done. We cannot buy this market anymore. It's going to drop. Okay, we cannot. It's going to drop. So let me clear the chart once more time and then let's have some serenity to look at things. So, like I said, if you have any question, you can stop me and ask. Um, so we have a new head, bullish head and a shoulder pattern right now. Okay. So how do we deal with the bullish head and the new bullish and head and a shoulder pattern? How do we combine that with our precision support resistance, PSR? So on this 1 hour, what can all of you see about this level? Can you all tell me what is here? Can you tell me what is here? Please, can anybody tell me what is at that level?
Break of structure.
Okay, that's fine, but that's not what I'm looking for. Okay, so what is here? Here.
Okay, equal top.
Yeah, equal tops. Very good. What does equal top mean?
Equal top.
Dear sellers are there.
What?
Sellers are in action.
You got
Sellers are in action.
Good.
you got
The meaning of this is that sellers are here. This is
exactly.
this is resistance. So that's why I said we cannot go above that neckline area or resistance and still be expecting a sell. This is why I'm now looking for buys. Okay, because sellers are very active here, and this happens to also cross with the bearish head and the shoulders neck. Okay, so we have to, if we are getting a bullish indication above that area, why should we be looking for sells again? Okay, so that's why, and until we are proven wrong for the buy, I will personally be holding for sell for now. Okay, and even if we are proven wrong for the buy, which will be somewhere here, which will be somewhere at this point, below here. It is at this point below, if price comes below here and give a strong bearish close, even from this point here, we can still get a sell setup from here, that is going to give us like, because from here, the meaning of what is going to happen is that price will want to sweep the red line and come into the next area of interest, which might be somewhere here or somewhere here. Okay, that will be the meaning. Okay, or probably we can just, price will just want to come and then test here, close below and then move up. Okay, that might just be what it wants to do. Okay, so for now, I'll be holding a bullish bias. Okay, I'll change from the sell I was having to I'll change from the sell I was having
to the moment to look upon next week.
to a bullish bias. Okay, so why am I saying, or why are we saying that?
Huh?
How do we know the sellers have now become weak? Okay, how do we know the sellers have now become weak? We can only tell based on a bullish activity. So let's look at this 1 hour candle. Boom. Are you seeing that? Are you guys seeing that? Can you guys see that?
Yes.
Yes. So this activity here on the 1 hour, we have a bullish momentum that closes above where we can view as sellers sitting. Okay, so this is the indication that price or this pair is likely trying to go bullish. Okay, it's trying to turn away from the bearish pattern to a bullish pattern. So this is the first thing. And when you get the indication, what should you expect? What should you expect? When you get indication, what should you expect? Hello?
Correction.
Correction or
And
pullback. Correction or pullback. Okay. Correction or pullback. So let's go to 30 minutes to see what is happening. So on 30 minutes, we got the indication, another candle close above. Then we got a pullback into somewhere here. And price gave us first move up. I caught this move, but I've closed my trades now because I even added more trades, more orders, but I've closed everything now because it's only $10 and I can't look at price come to entry, so I close everything for now. So I caught the move from here up and I caught the pullback, I also bought, but I didn't close profit. Okay, I was still holding it till price came back to the second entries I had, and I had to close the entries below here and that of the ones that were trying to be in loss. I closed everything. Okay. So now we are still getting the pullback. Okay, we got a first pullback, price moves up. It came into this fair value gap. Okay, you can see this candle created a fair value gap. Price came into it and went up. Now, where is price trying to reach out to again? Is it trying to come to retest here? That's the question we have to ask ourselves. Or is just trying to stay inside to just fully fill the fair value gap? Okay, so these are the questions we have to ask, and we have to look for evidence on the lower time frame to see what is happening. Because we want to buy, but we cannot just buy, enter the buy. We must be above the sellers again to be safe. Okay, we have indication above the sellers, though we need to find an early entry below somewhere here. But above the sellers is also a safe place. We have the indication and we are getting the corrective. But is it time yet to enter for the buys? These are questions that we have to now find out. Okay, so let's go to 15 minutes to see what 15 minutes is giving us. So on 15 minutes, watch what is happening up here carefully. Watch here carefully what is happening up here. I can see a high, a lower high, a higher high. And I can see price drops to hit the neckline, moved up to retest, making a right shoulder, breaks the neckline, and pulls up to sweep the right shoulder, taking liquidity, and price displays. And the target would be to take the low that it made first. Are you guys seeing how price is very fractal? The same thing that happens on the higher time frame is happening. So this is what we call edge. Okay, being able to identify one thing that keeps happening. So if I was looking to sell, I would have waited for price to sweep the right shoulder, taking liquidity, and take myself from here. And boom, I'm targeting this move. So you can only be looking for this in the market. And once your requirements are met, you just hit it. And that's all. Okay, you hit it. So here, the utility here is that internally within here, you can frame a 15-minute precision support resistance line here, which is the place where this bearish candle dropped to down, the body, the top, will be your resistance. Okay, precision support resistance. Let me make it very small. Okay, and then your point is below that precision resistance, support resistance, you are looking for sells. Above it, you are looking for buys. In fact, it is true like that because above this line right now, there is a bullish candle pointing up, which means above it, we can have bullish activity. But we see a bearish engulfing candle closing below it, which means currently as we speak, the sellers are in charge from this point below. So anything below this red line up here right now is a sell. So the moment price moves up to retest and stayed below this precision support resistance that I just drew there, the moment price stays below it here, that's your entry. As a matter of fact, if I am trading this, I would even take the entry before the close below. Because why? This PSR is happening within a head and a shoulder pattern. That's why I said the confluence of the PSR and the head and the shoulder is so powerful. And that's the edge we have right now. Okay, so we have a high, a lower high, a higher high, neck broken, right shoulder formed, neck broken, which is a break of structure. Okay, so now we have a trend, the neckline here, here. We don't want to go above the neckline. We need to stay below the head and the shoulders neckline and also be below the precision support resistance. The cross is our entry. We need price to be below the neckline of the head and the shoulder. Price should also be below the precision support resistance line. Can you all see price is below it here? Uchenna, please respond. Can you see the price is was below it here?
Yes, sir.
With this bearish engulfing 15 minutes,
Yes.
price was below and price moved up to retest, but it kept rejecting here.
Yes.
As long as we're below, it is a sell. And the target for this sell, my TP1 is just always to test the low. Okay.
Yes, sir. All right.
So is this thing working or not? That's what I just want to hear. Because this whole week, all the setups are framed. I've not seen any of them failing. Even on gold, all of them. I just need all the requirements to be met, and that's all. Okay, I've not seen any of them failing. So this is a very good move. We need price to stay, let's say price goes up 61.8%. We might see the second leg form or another fall. Yeah, so let's just let's just be a little bit careful or conscious. We will take a setup very soon. We'll take a setup very soon. We will take our setup. But are you guys seeing what I'm trying to show with a combination of the PSR and the head and the shoulder? Okay. On 4 hour, I showed you guys the same thing where we had the same thing that is happening on this 15 minutes here happened on the 4 hour as well. So we had a high, a lower high, and then two equal highs. Price drops to hit the neck, it retraces to form a right shoulder. Breaks it into here, price pulls up into taking liquidity above the right shoulder. You map up your precision support resistance here, the cross of the precision support resistance and the being below the PSR once liquidity is taken is your sell entry, and you are targeting the recent low that came up to take the liquidity. Did that trade hit or not? Tell me. You guys tell me. Did it hit or not?
It hits.
Good. Is it not the same thing we are seeing on the 15-minute time frame? Is it not the same thing, the same pattern of formation that we are seeing here? A high, a low, a higher high, price hit the neck, gives a small right shoulder, breaks the neckline, pulls up to take liquidity above the right shoulder, drop resistance support, boom, into this place. Is it not the same thing? It's the same thing.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So we really need an entry right now to buy, but I don't feel too comfortable where price is for us to enter right now. So okay, let's check the head and the shoulder again. Let's check our analysis again. So we have a low, high, lower low, neckline broken, price drops to form a right shoulder, moves up, sweep that liquidity, and moves up. Okay, so we need price to, I'm trying to guess where we need price to stay before we can, because we don't want to enter buy and price will come down again. No, that's not a good thing. Okay, so the conditions are met, but I feel like we might need another touch of this place. Another touch of this area. Okay, I feel like we might need another touch into this area. So we need to wait a little bit to see if it will give us that touch. If it will give us that touch here. We don't need to go below this support. I've made it a red line. We don't also need to go below this neck line. Let me also make it a black line. We don't need to go below the neckline. We don't need to go below the PSR. We need to be above them for buys. Okay, are you guys with me? We need to be above them for buys. Okay, below them, the head and the shoulder will be failing, especially if we take this right shoulder out. It will be failing. So we need to be above here in order to buy. Okay, so if it doesn't come down and probably we finish our analysis or we are off live, if it doesn't come down, what I would advise all of you to do is, you see the sellers that are here. This is the point where the sellers were. Okay, so up to this point, the sellers are up to this area. Okay, so you should see price above. Let me go to 15 minutes. You must really see price being above here, the PSR that gave this sell, the black line. Price should be above that on the 15 minutes for you to buy. This will make it safe for you here. Are you with me? Because anything below here is still within this bearish formation, which is very active. Now, on the 15 minutes, we are bearish. So you only can buy. Let me put the buy sign there. We only will buy above here. That is if price does not drop down. So this can be like a buy stop. And it's not like when price touches their buy. No, you need a bullish momentum and a bullish close above here in order to validate this earlier bullish indication. Only then would you want to buy for the continuation. And your target is TP1 is here. Okay, that's your target. If we close above this right shoulder here, we are done. We'll be going more bullish to the higher time frame target from the lesson 1. Those who listened. Okay, so for now we just target here. Okay, so let's be a little patient. That is, if price does not drop back to retest this area. So we have the first buy alert here. Stop loss can be even lower up to the right shoulder, but that would be too huge. So let's put it a little bit under this small order block here. A little bit under it. Because below that line, sellers will be in charge. So let's just put it a little bit under it. Okay. If it goes below, in case it drops and it goes below, allow it. Even if you close on a small loss, allow it. Don't rush it. It will always come back and give the setup to you. Just don't rush it. If we get an entry here, our TP1 will be the PSR black line, and TP2 is going to be the next place. But if it doesn't drop down, we should allow it to go up, close above this PSR, and then we can now find our buy entry. That will be more safer for you guys. Okay, with you guys who don't want to lose money. I have been losing a lot. Okay, and even if I enter the trade and it doesn't go well and I lose, it doesn't bother me anymore. Okay, but when I try, and sometimes I don't want to hold the losses, so I will just cut early losses if I'm in loss. But eventually the trade will play. It's not like the setup will not be valid. It's just because you don't want to hold losses. Okay, you don't want to hold losses. Okay, any questions up to this? We only have 2-3 minutes for this session to close. I want to do one last session, but I don't mind. I want it to be more interactive. We can talk about other things, even personal things. So I'll be okay if we don't record that, and I will send Google Meet very quick. In this last session, if you have any pair and you want us to look at it all together very quick, we can share 5 minutes.